So if you're looking at power sports solutions, this is an interesting one because there are so many platforms that are popular. And more so, the demand that you need to have as far as equipment and products that could withstand the environment that these power sport enthusiasts put their gear through. Well, Memphis Audio has some amazing solutions built in with a lot of innovation, and we're going to cover it today. We've got our guest Ellis Mathis joining us, and we're going to break it all down. This is CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM, all about Memphis Audio Power Sports Solutions. And it starts now. And welcome to another CMA Connected right here on CMA Networks, brought to you, of course, by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. We're talking power sports audio with one of our favorite brands, Memphis Audio. I want to welcome our guest, Ellis, to the show. Ellis, thanks for joining us. Power sports is an interesting category for you guys because you do have some really neat solutions. What can we expect to be discussing on today's session?
So today we're going to talk about some of our exciting new power sports offerings. We're going to cover a subwoofer for your Can-Am Defender. We're going to talk about mini power sports amplifiers, full power sport kits for your specific machine, as well as a pretty exciting mini 9-inch soundbar.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of goodies on today's menu. But first, a quick message from our partner, SiriusXM, reminding you why it's always an amazing add-on sale. And when we come back, we got Ellis from Memphis Audio. We're talking power sports. Don't you dare go away.
Hey, Paul here with SiriusXM, and I'd like to talk to you about attachment selling and why the SiriusXM product is one of the best things to add, especially since we don't trade dollars with any other category. I could go through all of this, but let's hear what some of our dealers have to say.
It's an easy add-on that takes, 10, 15 minutes if we're running an antenna, 1 minute if we've got an adapter to plug it into the factory SiriusXM antenna, and it's extra money, so no brainer.
I present it to every customer because a lot of customers don't know what all they can do with Sirius. They don't know what all content they could have. It just makes too much sense not to sell it.
It creates a different customer loyalty and customer security when you explain to them why it's a better experience. Just gets them back in the door. And then the next car, they're already asking for it again. So it just keeps selling itself. It makes more sense.
Well, there you have it. You heard from our dealers. Just remember some of the best practices. Make sure you have one on display so you can demo it. Make sure you're taking advantage of our rewards program, because if you're not taking advantage of that, you're leaving even more money on the table. Make sure you got our POP up on display. And other than that, just make sure you're recommending it.
All right, welcome back to CMA Connected. And as mentioned earlier, we have our friend Ellis Mathis from Memphis Audio joining us today. How are you doing today, Ellis?
Man, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing really good. We're talking power sports. And I did mention, and I always mention when we talk about Memphis, you guys always have a trick up your sleeve. There always seems to be another layer to the type of innovation that you're bringing to any of the products that you guys come up with. And certainly power sports is no exception. Would you agree?
Totally. What we really strive for on the power sports is to find solutions. If you have a machine, it's in extreme conditions, you want products that are going to work for you the way you expect them to. And that's what we try to make happen.
I love the word solutions because I think what we're going to cover today is certainly some solutions. In fact, if you're watching us for the first time or you're discovering Memphis Audio in this category, pay attention today because there's certain key elements in their design that might not only fit your needs, but really make a lot of sense. All right, so let's get into it. One of the biggest things that you guys just came out with recently is for those Can-Am Defenders. Now, certainly Can-Am Defenders become more popular. And I want you to talk to us a little bit about this new subwoofer solution that you have created for Can-Am Defender.
Right. So what we heard from consumers and dealers alike was that they needed a subwoofer solution to work in the Can-Am Defender. So the one that we came up with actually works from the 2018 model all the way up to the current models. It allows you to remove a factory toolbox from under the passenger front seat and replace that with a subwoofer system. You don't lose any room in the vehicle. It's not going to be in your way. It's a direct fit replacement for that factory toolbox that allows you to have a 10-inch subwoofer in a roto-molded plastic enclosure with the amplifier built in.
First of all, I have to comment on how slick this solution is. Not only is it using a location that is already there, so in other words, you're not making room for it. I imagine you're going to use the factory mounting positions, but also the fit and finish with the rotomold design. It's tough, it's rugged. So two questions I have for you. Number one, talk to me a little bit about the driver that you're using in this enclosure and what options are there? Can I do more than one sub, for example?
So the driver we use on this machine is specifically designed for that enclosure to give optimal sound. It's a 10-inch driver, 350 watts RMS, so it's a perfect match with that amplifier. The cool thing about this is You can do one sub under the passenger seat on the 2-seat machines, but if you have the 4-seat machine, you can do up to 3 of these subwoofers, installing one on either side under the rear seat in those factory toolbox locations.
So in case you didn't hear, if you are the owner of a Can-Am Defender and happen to have the second row, you can do up to not 1, not 2, but 3 powered subwoofers in your machine. That is absolutely insane. And I do want to reiterate, these are powered solutions. They come with the amplifier, all built in, beautifully molded, OEM fit and finish, ready to go. So very nice. Hopefully, if you're a Can-Am Defender guy, you absolutely want to take advantage of this solution. On to our next category, I guess. It's the same category, but we want to talk real quick about the different application-specific kits that Memphis Audio provides. These are available in different stages, but I'm going to let Ellis kind of give us a brief overview of what kits are available when it comes to application-specific Powersports sound systems.
So we do offer various full kit products for your Razor Pro. We also offer those for the X3, as well as lots of add-on little features and benefits you can do for multiple machines. We have some rear speakers for Defenders and Rangers, lots of other options, soundbars, just plenty of things you can put into those machines.
Well, certainly the options seem to be endless, but if we were to break it down, there's certainly some key components and features of all these kits that we want to talk about. Stuff like the type of drivers, the lighting, the fit and finish. Talk to us a little bit about what customers can expect if they're going to invest in a full-out system for their ride.
Absolutely, Ben. I mean, some of the features that we're especially proud of on these that kind of set us apart from everyone else. All of our kit parts are going to be IPX rated. That means regardless of the conditions you're using the machine in, your system's prepared for that. It's going to last and hold up under those conditions. We also offer specific drivers for our front pods. So we didn't just take any speaker off the shelf, put it in a plastic housing. We're using nice OEM fit and finish pods with a speaker that was designed to go in those pods for the perfect fit and perfect sound. To go along with that, we have RGB LED lighting attached to almost every speaker we offer in the Powersports line. If you're installing front pods into your machine, we also have courtesy lighting that kind of gives a downfire light into the floorboard of the vehicle. So at night, you can see anything you may have dropped, anything you're missing. So if you ride at night, this is going to be great for you. It's going to be an overall great sound. I mean, we're really replacing or adding components to every aspect of the vehicle, from the head unit to front pods to rear pods, even subwoofers for many of the machines.
Now, as we progress quickly through our conversation today, we're going to move into another category because, it's great to have speaker upgrades, but you need something to power it, and you need something that's not too big, but absolutely packs a punch to be able to be heard, whether you're on the beach, the dunes, or in the forest. So what do we have as far as amplifiers for Powersports environment?
I think the 2 amps we'd most like to talk about today would be the MX 400.4 and the MX 800.4. Both of these amps pack a ton of power in a very small package. We realize space is very limited on these machines, but you also want big output out of those speakers. So we want you to be able to get the most bang for your buck, as well as be able to tuck it into that tiny space you need to. The MX 800.4 actually features 200 watts by 4 at 2 ohms, or 400 watts by 2 if you're running a big pair of tower speakers or even subs in that vehicle.
Now, I did promise at the top of the show some trick stuff that only Memphis Audio can deliver. One of these items is one of my favorite items in your entire catalog because it is a solution item that brings amazing sound to places that you might not thought that you had an option. What I'm talking about specifically is a micro soundbar of sorts, unique to Memphis. It's got some cool features and some cool mounting solutions, but I'm going to let Ellis kind of dive in a little bit more on the MXA SB9 micro soundbar.
Yeah, this MXA SB9 is very versatile. It's going to give you big sound in a small package. The soundbar itself measures in just under 9 inches, but it uses the same amplifier that we used in our previous 20 and 24-inch soundbars. So it really does give you big sound in the small package. But one of the key things with this is it is IPX7 waterproof rated. So this thing can literally go underwater and be perfectly fine to perform afterwards. As well as being IPX rated, you can also pair more than one of these units together to get even bigger sound in a small space.
I mean, you really shouldn't let the compact size fool you. Now, I wanted to circle back also on the fact that there are some mounting options specific to, I believe, a Yamaha vessel, for example.
We realize this is going to be used on a multitude of vehicles, anything from scooters to motorcycles, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, personal watercraft. So when you open that box, it comes with multiple mounting options, making it super versatile. outside of all the universal fit brackets that it comes with, we also have vehicle specific brackets to work on your Yamaha Wave Runner. We have a Riker bracket for you guys out there riding the Rikers in the streets. And there's also a surface mount, which really makes the mounting possibilities unlimited with this MXA SB9.
All right, Ellis, last but not least, the last item on our list today we're going to talk about is something known as the MXA 62PS. Now, these are more compact power sports style cans that are really becoming popular. I've been seeing them kind of actually installed in the back facing backwards, funny enough. I'm sure you have more insight on this, but let's take a closer look at these 62PS speakers.
This is the MXA 62PS. Small package, super versatile. This is going to fit on almost any machine. Like Ben said, people have these firing to the front, firing to the back, virtually in any direction. It is another compact piece we offer that's going to give big sound. So this is a really great piece for almost any kind of power sports or recreational machine.
I do love how compact that size is, and I can already imagine the different applications you could put that in. But when it comes to the installation, what can people expect to have in the box, how to install it, how to mount it, lighting? I'm pretty sure there is, but I'm going to let you confirm that.
So when it comes to mounting, it's a very easy solution. These do come with 360-degree swivel mounting brackets. They do come in the box with the speaker, so there's nothing else to purchase. Everything you need for the install is going to be included. They're going to feature a 6.5-inch driver that was designed specifically for this pod. They also have a 1-inch aluminum tweeter that's mounted on a bridge. So that allows us to get a bright, clear sound while also not cutting out any of the mid-bass. We do offer RGB lighting on this. So whether you're trying to be red, blue, green, any of the color options, those will work for this. And these speakers hold a pretty good bit of power as well. They're 75 watts RMS and 150 watts max.
Hey, Ellis, I want to thank you again for joining us for today's Power Sports session. At the end of the day, I think it's pretty obvious that, Memphis Audio has come up with some pretty cool solutions. What do we expect from Memphis Audio later on down the pipe when it comes to this category? And what do you have to say to consumers who might be tuning in thinking, maybe I should take a closer look at Memphis Audio for my power sport needs?
Right. So for us, it's all about the solutions. We like to find those machines that are hard to put audio in and come up with a very specific and unique way to do that. So I think for the consumer, what you're going to get is really the best bang for your buck with all the Memphis products. We want to make sure that once you buy that product from us, when you install it, that you're happy with the sound, happy with the performance, and know that it's going to be around for as long as you own your machine.
I want to take this opportunity and thank Ellis for joining us on today's session. Of course, we're talking about Memphis Audio in the power sports category. If you'd like to find out more, we're going to put the website right here, memphiscaraudio.com. So many different applications, so many different solutions. It's definitely worth your while to go down that rabbit hole and see if they have the right solution for you. My takeaway is, as always with Memphis Audio, if you're looking for a brand that delivers on performance, but also on technology and innovation, while at the same time being really, really reasonably priced, I would say Memphis Audio is a no-brainer. Certainly take the time and find out if they have the right solution for your power sport machine. That's it for this CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.